Today's podcast is brought to you by Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, well, let me explain. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free. It has creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many other platforms. You don't even have to think about it. You just load up your podcast, you drop it in, you tweak it, you add ads. You can make money from your podcast. There's no minimum listenership either. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Club Cool puts the podcast out on Anchor. So do all the other Wash Media podcasts. And we've done this from other platforms. Nothing is as seamless or pretty or easy or just, perfect for putting out a podcast. So check out Anchor. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Welcome to the club.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another edition of the Club Cool podcast. I'm your host, Vera Dudley, and I am in the brand spanking new Wash Media studio, joined by Phil Battaglia. Phil,
Hey,
how do you feel?
I feel like we're on a news set.
We are. We're very much on a new set. This is Anchorman 3 that we're on the set of. And we're at news desks. I feel like we've got a blue screen behind us. It's not green, but I'm very positive that we could still toss some weather graphics up here. I don't know how the screen is working. They're not being recorded. We can see them in front of us. Producer Randy just made me download some illegal program off the dark web. I had to go to Tor. Do you know what Tor is?
I think
Tor is how you access the dark web. It's the only way.
Did you really?
That's what
What's
Randy
going
just
on
made me
in
do.
here?
He just made me do that.
Jesus.
This is my only computer, by the way. It's just now it's going to have all
You're
sorts
fucked
of
now, man.
insane, anonymous viruses on it. And I don't mean the viruses are anonymous. We definitely will know what the viruses are. It will be the hacker group Anonymous that has claimed the computer. And probably halfway through this podcast is going to happen.
Yeah. Can't wait.
But no, this is very exciting. We're well lit now. We're appropriate distanced from the camera. I feel like it's good because I think my confidence was really sinking in the other room.
Yeah.
We look like we had jaundice in there.
Well, now I'm a little too lit, I think. I can't see it, but I have gotten a glimpse.
Are you having the thing where the light is in your eyes so you feel like you can't even see anybody in the audience out there?
I can't even see
we
the
could
audience.
do a podcast in front of a live studio audience this way. There's there's room for 4 people right here in the front.
We should do that.
Should we offer front row tickets to live podcasting?
Sure.
But this is good. I posted recently on the Grom. I posted a picture of us from a few years ago, and we're both just so tan and good looking. I don't know what happened over the last 3 years.
Either.
Maybe 18 months of a pandemic.
Yeah, I don't look great right now.
But I feel like we're one step closer to our 2018 selves.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. We're a nice, comfortable 6 feet apart, I would say, right now. Because I don't know if you know, but Delta, 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 it can help you. Yeah, that's the Delta variant's cheer. It stole it from the sorority. I got COVID tested twice last week. I was so certain that I had it.
Really?
Yeah.
Up the nose?
Yeah, it's all cozy now. It's comfortable.
You do it yourself then.
You do it yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the rapid tests.
Yeah.
Or the shallow nose swab. You just spin it around up there. It's a little Q-tip thing.
Man, my first nose job was really something.
You had the brain scrambler. Yeah.
My nose bled. I couldn't even drive off. I had to sit there for a minute.
I'm about to pass out right here on this podcast.
Sorry.
You talking about nosebleeds from the brain scrambler COVID test.
It was really something.
No, I won't do a COVID brain scrambler. I don't think I will.
Yeah.
Maybe if apparently for some travel, for the international travel, not everywhere accepts the rapid test as your test, I think. And I don't know. It seems like I haven't heard of anybody having to do the brain tickler recently.
I would just wait on the travel then.
I feel like they've moved past that. They figured out that that's not the only way to do it.
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I feel very fortunate to not have had to experience that one.
What did you have? Loss of taste and smell?
No, none of that.
Shortness of breath?
No, literally none of like the main COVID symptoms. I just wasn't feeling 100% last week, and I was having this dull headache kind of off and on.
Yeah.
And a little bit of like sinus congestion. And under any normal circumstance, I'd be like, oh, I'm having sinus issues. Oh, I'm having allergies. But like I looked up the allergen counts and like nothing was high. Mold was at like a medium, maybe. I don't know. I think one of the things that we've forgotten about is now that everybody has been back out doing stuff and mingling and, you know, going to restaurants and making out with strangers and like all this type of stuff, like regular colds are back out there now too.
Yeah.
Did you know that a regular cold is a coronavirus?
I did not.
How about that? So I don't know if I just like picked up some type of bug. What our other friend said he was having a stomach bug issue the other weekend.
Yeah.
You know, there's just stuff out there other than COVID now. But I have anecdotally heard of so many breakthrough cases with this Delta variant that I was just like, I had a few days of not feeling well, and I was like, I have it.
Yeah.
I definitely have it. 100% I have it. But 2 tests say otherwise.
All right, good.
Which was nice because I did not have to cancel my reservation at Austin's hottest restaurant, Sammy's, this past Friday. That was the impetus like for going and getting these tests. I was like, well, I got to know.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to have to cancel this reservation or not.
You would have gone either way.
No, I would not have done that to the people. I would not have done that to the people.
I keep looking at these cameras like people are watching.
It does. And also like we're not. The only thing is, like, we're looking at each other. I feel like we're cheating out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, we're not looking straight on at one another. So we're kind of having to do this thing where it's like our bodies are facing the cameras, but we're looking over this way. How'd the circling back guys do this? What do they just ignore? Are we looking good? Yeah. Randy says we're looking.
He doesn't say anything.
Hot
he
as
just
fuck.
nods over there.
Speaking of bringing the Delta variant to various places, you just got back from New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, how was that?
But I feel great.
You feel good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. You know, it takes 5 days to incubate. So
I'm vaccinated.
What'd you do over there?
We did everything.
Yeah?
We had some great food. Pesh, Bayona, Shaya. Those are the dinner spots.
Okay. 3 back to back.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Wow. Was it rich as hell?
Just hits after hits.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't because, you know, when I go to New Orleans, it's tough to find good seafood in Austin. We've had this conversation. New Orleans, it's not tough at all.
How many shrimp cocktails did you eat?
I was looking for a shrimp cocktail. They're incredibly hard to come by.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a shortage. There's a shortage of everything, Phil.
So the cocktail wasn't there in the form of shrimp, but at a restaurant called Mr. B's in the Quarter, they do a barbecued shrimp. Mm-hmm. And, you know, peel and eat, making a mess, bibs, you know. It was great. Had that with a little champagne, great French bread. You dip it in the sauce. New Orleans is hot and humid and stinky as a mother right now, but we loved it.
Yeah, it was good.
What'd
you do during the day?
We stayed in the
Did you
garden.
get cultured?
Yeah. We stayed in the Garden District, so we walked around a shit ton looking at houses. Mm-hmm. They're these beautiful old houses, you know, live oaks, moss.
Yeah. Did you do a ghost tour?
No.
That's my favorite thing to do in New Orleans.
You know
I've only done it once, but
one time we piggybacked on one.
I love a ghost tour, and there's no better place to do it than New Orleans.
You love a ghost tour?
Yeah.
Where else have you ghost toured? Charleston?
No, we didn't. Dude, Charleston was kind of scary, man. Not gonna lie. Without going on a ghost tour. No shade to Charleston, but you know.
Dude, there was a.
I feel it's strange because like just walking around like the areas, I feel safer in New Orleans than I did in Charleston.
5 people got shot in New Orleans while we were there, on Bourbon Street. We weren't staying on Bourbon, but
Well, Bourbon is like I don't know. The French Quarter is the spot with the dangerous some dangerous
it
zones.
is now. The full disclosure: this happened after 2 a.m. So anything.
Nothing good happens at 2 a.m.
No, correct.
Ed Sheeran even says it in his new song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's It is a little seedy at times. Yeah, but I can't recall a time that I've been in New Orleans where there was a shooting where I was less than 12 hours prior.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I say this with zero sarcasm at the moment,
Yeah.
but just like crime is just up everywhere.
Right.
So it's just
6th Street is
it's even
crazy.
here in Austin. I mean, Austin, Houston, Chicago, New York, like every major metropolitan area is like dealing with this uptick. So yeah, I mean, you got to be safe when you're traveling right now. But okay, so you looked at houses during the day, and then you had meals at night. Did I get it?
You got it right.
I got it right?
No, we walked around, had drinks, had some little bites at different spots.
Yeah.
Spent a whole day in the quarter.
Okay.
One thing we like to do.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Railroaded you.
What?
One thing you like to do.
Is we got married in New Orleans.
Okay.
And I go to church probably 2 to 3 times a year.
Okay.
Good Catholic kid.
Yeah.
And one of those happens to be in New Orleans. We like it, so the priest is still there. He's freaking great. It's a jazz themed
Is
service.
it the church where you got married?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool,
So we'll
cool,
go
cool.
back there on Sundays. It's fantastic. We walk and get brunch afterwards.
That's a fun little pilgrimage. Where did you do brunch on Sunday? Where's your Sunday brunch?
It wasn't really brunch, but it's Mother's is the name of the restaurant.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Do you ever do the Commander's
No.
Palace or that like the really like fancy little old school New Orleans?
I'm not putting
brunch
on
thing? A tie. Yeah.
a jacket for anybody.
Did
No-
you go for your dinners in New Orleans? Did you go pants?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and walked
And
quite
walked.
a bit.
I threw pants on for the Sammy's dinner.
Yeah.
First time I've worn pants to dinner in
Yeah.
2 years or 18 months. So that was a nice little.
It's
felt
good to get.
It felt good to put on pants.
Yeah,
And I mean, there was no. We parked, walked into the restaurant, and walked back out. So it's like very, very comfortable to have pants on for an evening here. But it felt good. It felt good to put some trousers on, man.
see, in New Orleans, everybody's sweating.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
I liken it to like whenever I was in Costa Rica or anywhere that's subtropical, everybody's just kind of dewy at all times. So it's not like we're all sweating here.
Yes.
So that's good.
Whole squad sweating in New Orleans.
Whole squad.
That's absolutely
Glistening.
Yes, it's dewy, like you said.
Dewy,
It's very
yeah.
dewy. That's a nice way of putting it. You asked if I like ghost tours. I feel like I know I've done another ghost tour somewhere. Maybe when I was younger. The New Orleans one is the one that stands out to me in my modern memory of travel.
Yeah.
But we thought about doing one in San Diego, but I was like, what is scary about San Diego? There's nothing haunted about San Diego. That's not possible. Right?
Somebody's gonna prove you wrong on.
Maybe. But New Orleans, man, so much history there.
It's one of my favorite cities in the world.
New Orleans and New York are our most European cities in that they're like our old heritage cities with unbelievable like ancient architecture and like old buildings, and like they both have so much kind of mind-blowing history. New Orleans obviously has like a lot of kind of awful connections to like the slave trade, but that invites a whole lot of lore and mythology that is there to like learn about and explore, and that opens itself up to a lot of like mystique and really interesting stories that are kind of fascinating to learn about on that kind of quote unquote ghost tour, where it's a lot of history and a lot of other stuff, and then they show you some haunted buildings and you see some specters at Nicolas Cage's old house. And that's, it's very cool.
Did he sell the house? He's no longer there?
Oh, he's sold it. That house, the one house that I'm talking about, has been owned by like Johnny Depp and Nicolas Cage, and like nobody ever makes it. Like it always changes hands because it's just too haunted, Phil. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They need to get you in there.
That's yeah. I mean, I don't have the
Do you watch Ghost
the
Hunters?
$20 million. No.
I feel like that's all set up.
Yeah, I can't buy it on a TV show.
Yeah.
I gotta be there in person.
Randy, what do you think? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Any kind of response over there would be good. Down. Okay. He doesn't believe it.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's take a quick break, hear from today's sponsor, and then we'll be back with today's topics du jour. Today's podcast is brought to you by Feels CBD. Feels is a better way to feel better. It's premium CBD that will keep your head clear, help you feel your best, and CBD has been proven to greatly reduce anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. Navigating the world of CBD can be complicated, but at Feels, they look to make the process as simple as possible so that all of us can start feeling better sooner. If you're new to CBD, Feels offers a free CBD hotline to help guide you through the discovery process. And if you already know that it's right for you, Feels has a hassle-free membership program that is guaranteed to help you feel your best month after month or your money back. It's that simple. It's shipped directly to your doorstep in only a few days. Feels CBD is the new, natural, healthy, better way to feel better. Man, I love this stuff. Comes in a nice little vial, a tincture, I think maybe they call it. Just goes right under your tongue.
A couple drops there.
And I mean, like, not only is it like the kind of the muscle relaxedness, if you've got some sore joints or muscles from hard workouts or sitting in a desk chair all day, but I like it for the mental relaxation and the anxiety reduction as well, especially if I'm about to do something that is a trigger for me, like going to the doctor, getting a physical, that type of thing. So I gotta go get a physical. It's been many years. One of the reasons I've avoided it is because I have such anxiety about going to the doctors. This time I should be okay with a little 2,400 milligram vial of the Feels 30 minutes before I go. What else? Start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/clubcool and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's FEALS.com/clubcool to become a member and get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. One more time, feels.com/clubcool. Phil.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago, I joked about the Olympics, you being a big archery fan and whatnot. Have you actually been watching any of the Olympics, or are you just not for you?
No, I've been watching. Before I ventured over here, we were watching synchronized swimming.
Was it live? Did you get the little live button?
I don't know if it was.
Okay.
But I was live.
You were live? Yeah.
That is
turnt.
Lit.
Yeah.
It was the women doing, it's like pairs, two at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they're just like swimming freestyle at the same time together?
It's just remarkable. I can't even explain it. They're upside down.
Oh, they're doing, yeah.
It's all synchronized to where it, same motions at the same time.
Yes.
They can, propel themselves out of the water, lift up the partner.
Are they creating shapes?
Yeah, I guess you could say they are.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Rank these Olympic summer sports for me. Gymnastics, swimming, track and field.
Track and field 1, gymnastics 2, swimming 3rd.
Wow. Really?
It all depends on who's
third?
Yes.
Swimming's the number one.
No.
That swimming is the most electric summer Olympic sport.
It is electric, but I get jazzed about the relays.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially if
track
the
and
United
field's
States.
my number 2. I've been completely uninterested in the gymnastics this year.
Yeah, of course. It's all about who's competing.
But I mean, we have but the U.S. gymnasts. I mean, Simone Biles notwithstanding, I just wasn't interested in it. Gymnastics feels like it needs the fans. And like that additional pressure more than like the races do.
Yeah.
Because it's like with swimming and track and field, the fans are fun to have, but at the end of the day, it's who's going the fastest.
Yeah.
Gymnastics where you're like executing all of this like, minutia and like the little tenths of a point here and there and the landings and all that. It's like you need like the family members and the coaches and the crazy crowd and like the whole shebang, like kind of, putting that pressure box on the entire gymnasium. And instead it's just like, I don't know. It just was uninteresting to me this year.
It's so impressive that I can't look away, though. That's one of those, like swimming, I could walk out of the room. Gymnastics, if somebody's on that beam, which, by the way, they said is like if you were to put your phone down.
Right, that's the beam.
That's the beam.
Yeah.
That's just crazy to me. The uneven bars, nuts.
Yeah.
The thing that they spring off of.
The vault.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And track and field, also electric because of, I don't know. There's never a time when I'm watching track and field except for the Olympics. And that can be said for all this stuff.
For all of it. Exactly. That's why I'm throwing out these sports. Because my own person, I feel like the 3 that we just mentioned are kind of the big ones that people focus on. But like my personal favorite is beach volleyball. That's my favorite summer Olympic sport. That's what I love to watch. Speaking of track and field, though, there is the new American star has been minted as of last night. Like the one that is coming out of this and that you're going to see a lot of. Her name is Sydney McLaughlin. She broke the women's 400-meter hurdle record last night in winning the gold. She beat last Rio's gold medalist, who is also an American hurdler, and they were neck and neck. And they're like, the whole deal is that Dalilah Muhammad is 31, Sydney McLaughlin is 21, and so they've got this like age gap, but they're pushing each other to the brink, and they're like setting records in the process. And Sydney McLaughlin is just like kind of next level, and she looks the part, and she's very personable, and she's signed with New Balance. New Balance scooped her up a few years ago.
Wow. And
I just feel like this is like this is a big letdown that Nike doesn't have her, because I don't know. It's I have this weird thing with like shoe endorsements where I feel disappointed when an athlete does not sign with Nike.
You're pretty loyal.
It's a loyalty thing, but it's also like I just know, like, name an Adidas basketball athlete.
Yeah.
Can you?
No.
Can you name a Nike one?
LeBron.
There you go. Yeah. But it's like I don't.
Well, I mean, Harden, he's Adidas, isn't he?
Yeah, he is Adidas. But like, do we care about his shoes?
No.
No, not really. Like they just. So that's the thing is like now New Balance is probably a better spot to be than Adidas actually right now, because it feels like they're generating more hype. They're doing cooler shoes, better releases, more interesting collaborations. And so like I do look forward to seeing what they can do with Sydney as far as capsules or running shoes or lifestyle stuff. But she's who I expect to be seeing a lot of coming out of this Olympics.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Fast.
And very, very fast. Yes. And 21 years old. So she's the bright young star. She's got a lot of Olympics ahead of her as well, which is like a big piece of it. Have you gotten to check out any of the skateboarding?
No.
Okay. Skateboarding was one of the first the street skateboarding was one of the first events, like on the first weekend. And now they just started like the park skating, like the park style skating, which hopefully I think is going to be on a little bit this evening, Wednesday evening.
Sheckler will be competing.
Sheckler is in that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, no, like a bunch of on the women's side, it's been crazy because the two medalists for street skate on the women's side were 13 years old. It is just one of these sports that like rewards fearlessness, obviously, and durability and resilience, and like that's, you want to launch yourself. I told you 2 weeks ago about the 12-year-old winning the X Games medal. Yeah. These kids, they don't have any fear.
Yeah.
They're not worried about breaking a bone. They're not like, oh shit, what if I knock all of my teeth out?
Don't care.
I'm 12.
I don't have all my permanent teeth anyway. It's all baby teeth.
So yeah. But isn't it crazy to think about? We talked about these para-designed Nike skateboarding uniforms like 18 months ago.
Let's see. I don't recall what they look like.
We talked. Nike released them because they were going to be doing they were doing a jumpsuit. And they had all these cool graphics and like, one for each team.
Uh-huh.
There's the Brazil, there's the France, there's the US, and that like this was all being released in like January, February, gearing up for 2020 Summer Olympics. And finally we got to see him in action. And Nyjah Houston, arguably the best men's skater in the world. He was unable to medal in the street skate stuff.
What happened?
On the first weekend? He couldn't land his tricks, dude.
Damn.
He was going for broke, but he couldn't do it.
That dude is heavily tattooed.
He's heavily tattooed. Yeah. When are you gonna? You're not in New Orleans like walking by cool tattoo shops and you're like, maybe I just get one more.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. Just.
I'm not. I wouldn't say that I'm done, but I'm not a split second decision.
You got to think it out. Yeah. Well, he's got
like
a lot.
That neck tattoo. I hope that he thought that out.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
That looks intense.
So I'm not sure if he's competing in park or not. I think he is. I hope he is. I like this guy. He's an awesome skater. He, obviously he's the USA's best hope for more skateboarding medals in this inaugural skateboarding event in the Olympics. He also has great looking Nike shoes, and I tried a pair of these. Posted them on the Instagram because they look very cool. And well, Phil, I gotta say, after 3 days of wearing them, posting about them on the Instagram, making them look all hot as hell, which is very, very cool. People are asking about them. I'm telling them what they are. I think I gotta send these back.
Oh no! Why?
This is the narrowest for a brand that makes shoes that people think of as being narrow.
Yeah.
Nike. This is the narrowest shoe I've ever put on my foot, I think.
Really?
And I can deal with narrow heel, narrow arch.
Yeah.
Which is why I usually work with Nikes. But the thing is, a lot of Nikes have a wider toe box.
Yes.
That's what works for me. That's where I need the width. This is narrow from front to back. And so like the balls of my feet are just kind of like spread too snugly in the foot, in the toe box of the shoe.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know how these are comfortable for anybody, man. It's a real bummer.
Especially if you're boarding.
Right? Yeah. Like, is that part of it? Like, are they just?
I don't know. You should ask Dave. He's a boarder.
Dave Ruff?
Yeah.
You've been tearing it up. So yeah, just kind of a letdown to get these because they're very cool. They look great.
A lot of colorways, huh?
A lot of colorways. They're under $100. This gum sole version is the Olympic one that he's been skating in, and yeah, they're just the yellow version's brand new too. I like those a lot. They look great, but man, this guy, if these are designed for Nyjah, he must have just a little baby narrow foot. So,
I have a narrow foot too. So
you might.
I feel you, Nyjah.
You may be. These might be for you.
Is there any update on the no comply situation? Are they tearing it down or what? Do we need to have a
They got to
picket line?
stay. They got a pushback.
Okay.
They're not imminently tearing it down. They need to do further review, I think. So the fight is not over, but there is a possibility now that they can achieve historical landmark status and basically stop that building from being torn down.
Nice.
So, fingers crossed, man. I was actually wrong. If you saw my own personal post about that, I of course lamented that. Of course, they would build a new luxury high rise there because that's what in Austin. If something's getting torn down, that's what's going in. In this case, I don't know if this is better or worse, but Austin Community College actually owns that property. They want to turn it into a parking garage.
That's worse.
I don't know. Is that at least it's for in the pursuit of an educational thing?
Worse. It's a parking garage. If it was classrooms, great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I went back and forth on if this was worse or if it is aesthetically, for the neighborhood, yeah, it's probably worse. But a part of me was also well, at least they're not putting in more unaffordable housing.
Yeah.
In an area that definitely doesn't need more of it.
Yeah.
So both suck though, and I am hopeful that No Comply is able to
not comply.
Yes. Yeah. In true skateboarding culture ethos, I hope that they're able to stand their ground and stick there. Yeah. Any other takeaways? Any other badass uniforms you've been seeing in the Olympics?
I'm always shocked at how tight the goggles are on those swimmers.
Yeah.
It looks like it's gonna
bug their eyes right out.
Their head.
Yeah. Caleb Dressel. Shouts to Caleb Dressel. He's
got the sleeve.
He's got the sleeve. He's the rock and roll bad boy of swimming.
Yeah. Just smooth as a little baby.
Yeah.
They're all waxed.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah. That's right. Gotta go fast in that water, man.
That's right.
Every second counts. Every 10th of a second counts. Every 100th. That's why I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I should watch more of it. I just don't. I cannot find the time, Barrett.
Yeah.
What I do appreciate, though, is that they replay them.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've just been thrown on the 7 p.m. telecast, basically.
Yeah, right.
And then, and now I'm looking for that live thing. I want to see stuff live.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So, switching lanes here. I'm a Leon Dor. They just did a little release of the high top version of their very popular 550 New Balance sneaker. This high top is called the 650. It's another pre-order. This time the verbiage was a little bit more clear that you are placing your reservation for this shoe now, and you will get it at some point in 2022. So I just wanted to get your takeaway, your thoughts on this pre-order type stuff, because I am seeing more and more brands do this pre-order style, even if it's like a shorter lead time pre-order, even if they like even if they've got the fabric but they're about to produce it, and it can be for various reasons. For some, it's like a cash flow thing, like they're going to get the cash up front, then they go make the big batch of product, then they fulfill it all, and obviously it has the benefit of not leaving any overage of inventory. They're making exactly how many they want to sell.
No waste.
No waste. Yeah. And then everybody can get one, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of what the I'm a New Balance thing is here, is that if you want this shoe, you can have this shoe. You just have to pay for it right now. For me, though, the value prop is just not there. Mm-hmm. Like, especially when it is that far out. I'm not giving you $165 or $180 with the shipping to just squat on while I wait 8 months for a shoe to be delivered. I can't do it.
And then this is
not for like, maybe if it was, if it's a Travis Scott Jordan 1, like, yeah. Okay, yeah. Sure, I'll do that. But not for these like kind of mid-tier releases where it's like, yeah, I might want that.
And you don't even know if when it shows up you're going to love it.
That's exactly.
And you cannot return it, correct? No, that's the thing.
Right.
If I could return it, I would be, more keen on the idea, I suppose. I don't know. I've only done it a couple times. It worked out once. But
what did it work out for?
A Saint Laurent shirt years ago.
Oh, right.
And the
Dino shirt,
yeah.
The shirt, that was a pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
The thing about if it's pre-order, it's hyped, right? I mean, can you safely say that this is a desired item?
Yeah.
So
usually, yeah.
If it's so desired, then why can't we return it? Somebody else will buy it.
Right. Yeah.
What am I missing here? There's got to be something.
That is simply because the brands don't have to allow returns.
Yeah.
Like, they're in a position where they can say no returns,
yeah.
And it won't really affect how many people buy that shoe.
Right.
And so it's just like they're eliminating the hassle because they can eliminate the hassle.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you can kind of argue like, well, that's bad customer service, and I would be more likely to buy more and continue to patronize a brand that would let me return. But it's like, you're a very small minority that might be thinking that way. So again, it's like not really affecting them to anything beyond a negligible degree. But man, I sort of did this recently because have you ever placed an order with Online Ceramics from their
No, but I love that website.
Which is just like HTML from 97? Yeah.
I love it and I hate it.
It's so bad it's charming.
Yeah.
Like, it fits the vibe of what they're doing.
Like, when they set up at a show, they duct tape the shit.
Is that right?
To the van. Like, the shirts are like duct taped.
Yeah.
Against the van, the side of the van. It's not.
Yeah. So what they are doing is like the equivalent of like styling your hair so that it looks like bedhead kind of thing.
Right.
This is a choice. This is purposefully bad and lo-fi and like, borderline cheap looking.
Yeah.
Compared to more polished versions. So when you order from Online Ceramics from their website, they tell you that it's probably going to be like 30 days before you get an update on your order or that they ship your order. And so
they're on the road following the Dead & Co. right now.
Yeah, and they're just pulling over at like truck stops and like dyeing a few shirts at a time, I guess. I don't know.
Going to the local like Postnet and shipping a few.
Yeah. Yes.
When they have.
So there were a few items kind of in celebration of the John Mayer Sob Rock album that they released that were pre-orders. I'd never ordered from Online Ceramics before. I liked a piece from that collection, and it was just kind of an impulse decision. And I threw a T-shirt in as well because I don't have one. Been wanting to see what it's all about for a long time, and so I threw one in. And it was not a tie-dyed one. It was a solid color graphic tee. But and obviously I don't know what's happening because I'm pretty sure the shorts, the John Mayer shorts, were definitely like a pre-order item that are maybe being ordered and printed as we speak. But like I don't know if the shirt is too. Anyway, it's been, let's see, it's been like a little over 2 weeks, and I'm already like scratching my neck like Tyrone Biggums, just like wondering when this is ever going to ship.
Did they even give you a confirmation that the order went through?
I got a confirmation email, yeah, but that's
all you can ask for, dude. That's where it ends.
Right. So now I just have to wait, and like sometime over the next 2 to 4 more weeks, maybe I'll get a shipping notification.
Maybe you won't.
And maybe I won't. Maybe it'll be I literally don't know, and there's no way to like email them or anything. They got way too many followers on Instagram to hope for a DM to get through. And I just like, I can't, I'm not doing this again. I can't do this.
I know.
I gotta know. It's the not knowing. And that's, so with the ALD 650, it's like, he's not even giving me a month to shoot for 2022. Is it going to be January? Is it going to be May? Mm-hmm. So that's.
Did you order them?
The 650s?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I thought you were going to say yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, absolutely not. For that price and for that long of a lead time.
Yeah.
Like, for those reasons, I am out.
Okay.
Yeah. But it is interesting to watch because I do expect we see more and more of this in 21 and 22 because for multiple reasons. One, because brands don't want to create overage and waste. Two, it does satisfy customers to a degree. You know, we're experiencing this at Howler Brothers right now, where like we just did another release with our Austin FC soccer team collaboration, and like the shit sold out in a few minutes.
That hat is so
online,
sick.
And it's like that anybody listening that's upset about it, if like what we are not a brand that is trying to generate that type of scarcity model built hype. Mm-hmm. Like we don't want to be, like anybody, we don't want to have product forever, but like for the most part, we're more of the business mindset that we are losing money by not having the product for everybody there. Right. So when stuff sells out that quickly, like we did a bad job of forecasting and projecting how much we could sell. But it's like, so that happens, you know, and some of these brands. Did we talk about the Fear of God California? Mm-hmm. I think I was having an offline conversation with somebody, but did you see that they released their like version of a it's their entry into the Croc Hydro Mock Yeezy foam runner scene. It's like a slide on that's like made of polyurethane or rubber or whatever it is.
It's $300.
It's $200. Came in like 4 or 5 different colors, and they sold out in minutes. And Jerry posted on Instagram and was like, we thought we ordered enough to have them on the website for at least a week. Wow. Like it was the biggest buy we've ever done. It was the most inventory of anything we've ever put on the website. Like we thought we had enough for a week, and it just we just continue to be blown away by like this kind of demand. Yeah. And that happens with a brand that is, you know, kind of trafficking in hype. It happens to a brand like ours, which is kind of almost not I'm not going to say accidentally, but like way more than we expected with our 10-year anniversary, with the Gaucho releases that just kind of built on each other, and now into these other collaborations that we're doing that are now moving extremely quickly as well. We just didn't forecast the demand properly.
Do y'all have any price fluctuation? Like, if the Gaucho used to be 50 due to the pandemic shortages, everything else, is it now like 55?
There is a little bit of that, but again, like, you know, we have a different clientele and a different customer base than like a lot of the brands that we talk about on the podcast to a degree. Yeah. We're trying not to pass on that cost to our customers as best we can. Mm-hmm. Whereas like a fashion line can just bump up the price, and it's like maybe there's chatter about it, maybe there's a backlash to it, but it's like Yeah, but we're selling you a luxury product. Inflation is a big deal right now. Everything is costing more, from the material to the fabric to the production to the freight, which is the big thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like typically, like we're able to save quite a bit of money by putting things on a boat, like that type of freight. Unless you like have multiple cartons on a tanker ship, like multiple container bar style metal things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's almost the same price to air stuff in right now.
Wow.
With the courier services like FedEx, because the price of freight, shipping, has gotten so insane because of the backups and because of the COVID work shortages and because of like and because of the somehow some way like the demand for consumer goods has stayed the same, if not increased. And so, yes, we are experiencing more expensive stuff across the board. Our prices are like the prices that we're paying for clothes is definitely going up by significant percentages. And like you may eventually see that, but right now we're trying to keep our prices like where they are because that's kind of what we feel like we're in the right zone. So it's this. You kind of hope for a brand like ours, which is experiencing like really wonderful growth still, you hope that like we can like bump up our order numbers, our PO order quantities to get price breaks so that our prices can stay the same. Whereas for like a John Elliott, like, they're experiencing growth as well, but on a much smaller scale because when you're selling $300 hoodies, like that pool is obviously a lot smaller. So it's like maybe they can make 500 instead of 250, but like you're not getting any breaks there. So they'll just pass that cost on and call it, whatever. Things are more expensive now. Like we're spending more on marketing. We're opening stores in Miami and LA and New York. And so it's like that price increase is kind of expected, if not tolerable. Mm-hmm. And so it's yeah, man, every brand for sure is experiencing this, by the way. And over the course of the next 6 to 12 months, as inflation creeps into more and more things, you'll see clothes get more expensive as well, for sure.
The new build houses here in Austin, some of them, they won't price them until they have the sheetrock in place.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what it's going to cost from, a month prior to that. It could be a $650,000 house. And then it goes up by another 50.
And I mean, like, how like when you get a quote for like a home renovation or a quote for, I'm trying to think of like, you'll get a quote for like you want to do a solar fan in your attic or something, and it'd be like, yeah, this quote's good for 30 days.
Yeah.
Well, now with quotes on garments, it's like we're experiencing shorter and shorter. Like this quote is good for 2 weeks or 3 weeks instead of like, yeah, here's the quote when you place the PO over the course of some time over the next 2 months. Like it won't change. But now that fluctuation is like that is happening so rapidly.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, like that, like they might quote you and then the cotton from the fabric mill is like suddenly running a shortage and they jack up the price and like the quote is ruined within a week because
it's wild. Because
there are so many moving pieces and everything, everybody and everything is short right now. And so it's a total cluster, man. Yeah. But
the hats were cool.
Just got to manage it as best you can. The Austin FC stuff. Yeah. I think that they flew online. They flew down at the South Congress store. I think we have a few more coming in from the warehouse, and it's like now we know. It's silver lining is that we know we can move more product, and next time there will be. We hope to be able to meet that demand.
Think about when the Austin Bills come into town.
That's going to be big.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Where would they put that? Where would it go? Out by the fucking airport?
That's not one. It's not going to happen.
I know, but like,
there's no way.
There's no way.
The Bills are doing the thing that Nick Saban's agent does when he's like, oh yeah, they'll leak a little piece of information.
He's in Austin looking at houses.
That he's in Austin looking for houses. Yes.
Yeah.
and Alabama like locks him down for like another 10-year contract for $12 million instead of $10 million this time. That's what the Bills are doing. Austin is like the hot, pretty starlet, and they're making advances on us so that Buffalo will buy them the new stadium. Yeah, but that we are the Austin is San Antonio makes 100 times more sense than Austin does for the Bills, by the way.
Yeah,
and like, you know, soccer was one thing. University of Texas doesn't have a men's like a D1 men's soccer team, but you think the Longhorn boosters, you think the athletic department is just going to let an NFL team waltz in here? Absolutely not.
You're one of them. You're a booster.
Yeah. I buy $8 beers on game days. That's how I boost. All right, let's see. I think we got one more thing. Oh yes, we do. The House of Gucci trailer is in.
Man.
I very much hope that by the time this movie comes out, no variants are spreading like wildfire, so that we can do a little group, a little pod trip to the movies. You know, it's something I'd usually reserve for the other pod, right? But like this one just belongs on Club Cool here, and I mean,
we could do like one of those bootleg situations and bring in a camera. And then release it
live stream it.
Yeah.
Man, but this just has me geeked up all over again for this film. I don't like the storyline is going to be great, but really it's just Jared Leto in prosthetics and a purple Gucci suit smoking a cigarette in Italy.
Look at him.
Like that's all I need to know, Phil.
Unbelievable.
So plus I've just you gotta, man. Are you watching White Lotus right now? Yeah. I just I love it when a guy like Jake Lacy, who's playing Shane, the asshole who can't let the room go.
Yeah. I love him.
I know. But he is getting to chew up that role.
Yeah.
Because it's so much fun to play that.
Yeah.
And that's like Lady Gaga and Adam Driver are now getting to be in Italy, like playing members of the Gucci family, wearing the most extravagant clothes and accessories and like fighting and then murdering one another. And Jared Leto's just over there chewing up the scenery like he does. And there's no way this goes wrong.
No, there isn't.
Even if it's a catastrophe, like I think it's going to be super enjoyable.
Yeah.
And we, I don't know. We'll definitely have to do something special for when House of Gucci finally does release. But if you've not seen the trailer, go watch it. Go get a dose of some glorious 70s and 80s Gucci looks.
They opened up the vault for that, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know how they did it, honestly, but it's safe to say they had somebody that knew a little bit about the archives on set. Yeah.
Harry Styles.
It's Harry Styles. That's right. Yeah. He's got to make a cameo in this movie,
right? Yeah.
You'd think so.
Yeah.
I think he's over there hanging out with Olivia Wilde anyway. So
they're still together?
Yeah, still going strong. Pretty crazy, isn't it?
It is.
You watching Ted Lasso? Speaking of Olivia Wilde?
No.
Okay. Oh, one last piece of pop culture minute. Rihanna, certified billionaire now, according to Forbes. Yes.
Yeah.
And blowing Kylie Jenner out of the water, I might add.
Good for her.
Did you see what her estimation is?
No.
$1.7 billion.
It's the cosmetics, right?
It's the cosmetics. It's the Fenty line. So I guess right now, if you have outsized influence, you need to start a makeup line.
Yes.
Start a cosmetics line. That is where, forget your clothing line, cosmetics is where it's at.
Right.
And I don't know if that's just like, if it's like an easier sell, maybe a less saturated market.
I think the margins
maybe
are
better
probably
margins.
massive.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Same with fragrances.
And I mean, you think about, like, when I think about it, like, maybe you need a Fenty eyeliner is like $35 or a lip liner is like $35. Well, maybe the same price as a T-shirt from your line might be, but that eyeliner runs out. You got to go re-up on that eyeliner. Right. So that's the other thing is it's the repeat buy.
Now you're talking.
That you really get too, and that's your business lesson of the day. But 1.7 billion, like almost doubles Kylie, and guess where it puts her? The only other woman in entertainment that is wealthier
Oprah.
is Oprah.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's yeah,
Impressive. She's been on those super yachts.
she has. I
You
mean,
got to have
yeah.
some ends to get on those.
So big ups, big congrats to Queen Ree.
That's great. And she's been laying low, right?
That exactly. That's I mean, like I think people have been wondering, where's the new music? Where's the album? Meanwhile, she's been like, "Oh, I'm becoming a billionaire over
I
here."
love that. Fantastic.
And that's pretty awesome. And now like, can billionaires make good music? That's yet to be determined.
Kanye's a billionaire, allegedly, right?
Yeah, and has he made good music since he became a billionaire? Has Jay-Z put out a worthwhile album since he became a billionaire? You lose too much touch, man.
Yeah.
You're not out here. You're not out there in the streets. You don't have your ear to the ground.
Yeah.
You can't relate to the people anymore.
Right. You're secluded on a ranch somewhere.
You're hanging out with A$AP Rocky
Losing your mind.
on your super yacht, or like feeding your goats on your 18,000 acre Wyoming estate. It's just, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. What's the deal with Kanye? He hasn't released anything yet. He's just hiding out.
after the release party at Mercedes-Benz Stadium,
Yeah.
he has been living at Mercedes-Benz Stadium apparently.
But there's no leaks. I mean, I haven't been paying attention of any of the tunes.
You can hear some of the. I think you can hear it. Like you can probably go find the stream that he did.
Okay.
But apparently with the stream, like people were wondering like why there were no 808s, why there are no drum lines on the tracks. But if you were there, apparently all you heard was the bass, was the 808s. So it's like the way that they streamed it, they kind of messed up because on the stream you couldn't hear the drums, and in the stadium you like couldn't hear the music or the lyrics. That's what I read. But yeah, so I think the new release date is supposed to be Friday for Donda.
Okay.
So he's wrapped it up.
I'll listen.
There was an Instagram where he posted like his recent call log, and it was like The Weeknd and some other people. Huh. So he was like FaceTiming with The Weeknd. I think The Weeknd did like a verse like over FaceTime.
Great.
Right to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They plugged in the phone and it went right to the Roadcaster that Kanye has in his closet.
They needed Randy at the helm to really dial in those levels.
Yeah, they did. We never have that problem with our 808s, thanks to producer Randy over there.
Randy's gonna play us out like a newscast, and then we're gonna have like a fake conversation when the lights dim.
Oh, that's a good idea. Can you do that, Randy? Can we do that?
He can't do it.
Damn it! All your movie magic tricks, your green screening and your stuff on the Happy Hour Lives, and you can't fade us out like a news program. Give it the times, man. God. All right. I think that wraps it up for today. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you to our lovely sponsor today, Feels CBD. Yes. Go check them out, feels.com/clubcool. And we'll see you soon, man.
Shout out to Uniform LA. Pat knocked it out again with the shorts.
He did.
Dope.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Later.